Hello gardeners. The moment I turned off my garden hose for the last time and watched my vegetables thrive better than ever before, I knew I had stumbled onto something extraordinary. This isn't some gardening gimmick or temporary trend. This is aeroponics, and it's fundamentally changing how we think about growing food at home. If you've been struggling with overwatering, underwatering, or simply watching your plants languish in disappointing mediocrity despite your best efforts, what I'm about to share will revolutionize your entire approach to vegetable gardening. Aeroponics represents a radical departure from everything traditional gardening has taught us. Instead of anchoring plants in soil and dutifully watering them day after day, aeroponic systems suspend plant roots in air and deliver water and nutrients through a fine mist. Yes, you read that correctly. The roots hang in open air, exposed and thriving in ways that would seem impossible to any conventional gardener. When I first encountered this method, I was skeptical. How could plants possibly survive, let alone flourish, without the security of soil? But the science behind aeroponics is solid, and the results speak louder than any theory ever could. The foundation of aeroponic success lies in understanding what plants actually need. Roots require three essential things: water, nutrients, and oxygen. Traditional soil gardening often creates a compromise where roots struggle to access adequate oxygen because soil particles, even in well-draining mixes, restrict airflow. Overwatering exacerbates this problem, drowning roots in waterlogged conditions. Aeroponics eliminates this compromise entirely by delivering nutrients and water in precise amounts while surrounding roots with oxygen-rich air. The result is explosive growth that makes conventional gardening look painfully inefficient by comparison. The mechanics of an aeroponic system are surprisingly elegant. At its core, you have a growing chamber where plants are suspended with their roots dangling freely in an enclosed space. Inside this chamber, specialized misting nozzles spray a fine nutrient solution directly onto the roots at regular intervals. Typically every few minutes for just a few seconds. These brief misting cycles ensure roots stay hydrated while maximizing their exposure to oxygen between cycles. The transformation in root development is immediate and dramatic. Aeroponic roots grow in fuzzy white masses that branch extensively, creating far more surface area for nutrient absorption than their soil-grown counterparts. What makes this method so effective is, well, the efficiency of nutrient delivery. You see, when you water soil-grown plants, a lot of that water and dissolved nutrients either drain away or get locked up in the soil structure where roots can't easily access them. With aeroponics, nutrients are delivered in microscopic droplets that roots absorb almost instantly. There's virtually no waste, and plants receive exactly what they need, right when they need it. This precision feeding, combined with unlimited oxygen availability, allows plants to redirect energy that would normally go toward developing extensive root systems to search for water and nutrients. Instead, that energy fuels explosive above-ground growth and fruiting. The nutrient solution itself is a carefully balanced mix of essential minerals dissolved in water. You'll want to maintain a pH between 5.5 and 6.5, which is slightly more acidic than soil, but optimal for nutrient absorption in aeroponic systems. Electrical conductivity meters help you monitor nutrient concentration, ensuring your plants receive consistent feeding without the guesswork that often plagues soil gardening. Temperature control matters too. Keeping your nutrient solution between 65 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit prevents both pathogen growth and root stress. Creating an aeroponic system at home is far less intimidating than it sounds, and honestly, you don't need an engineering degree or a massive budget to get started. The basic components include a reservoir to hold your nutrient solution, a pump to move that solution to the misting nozzles, the nozzles themselves, a timer to control misting intervals, and some kind of growing chamber to house your plants and their roots. Many gardeners start with modified storage containers or build simple wooden frames, covered with reflective material to contain the mist and maximize light efficiency. Your reservoir can be as simple as a 5-gallon bucket with a lid. The pump needs enough pressure to atomize the nutrient solution through specialized misting nozzles. Standard sprinkler heads just won't create the fine mist you need. Look for high-pressure aeroponic misters or ultrasonic foggers, which you can find through hydroponic suppliers or, online retailers. The timer is crucial because honestly, consistency in misting cycles makes the difference between thriving plants and, well, disaster. I recommend starting with 1-minute misting cycles every 5 minutes, then adjusting based on your specific environment and plant needs. Higher humidity areas might require less frequent misting, while hot, dry climates might need more. The growing chamber itself requires some creativity, but, honestly, it needn't be complicated. I've seen successful systems built from PVC pipe, arranged horizontally, with holes drilled for net pots, vertical towers made from fence posts, and even repurposed furniture transformed into growing stations. The key is ensuring complete darkness for the roots while providing adequate support for plants above. Light hitting your roots creates algae growth and can damage sensitive root tissue, so light-proofing your chamber is, honestly, non-negotiable. Use weather stripping around openings and consider painting any transparent materials black or wrapping them in opaque covering. The growth rate difference between aeroponic and soil-grown vegetables is staggering. Lettuce that takes 8 weeks to mature in soil reaches harvest size in 4 to 5 weeks with aeroponics. Tomatoes produce their first ripe fruits weeks earlier, and the overall yield throughout the season increases by 30 to 50%. I've grown basil plants that reached 3 feet tall in aeroponic systems, while identical cuttings in soil barely top 12 inches. The accelerated growth isn't just about size either. The vigor and health of aeroponic plants creates natural resistance to pests and diseases that often plague traditional gardens. Harvesting from an aeroponic system reveals another advantage: pristine, clean produce. There's no soil clinging to your lettuce leaves, no dirt-caked roots on your radishes. Everything emerges ready to rinse and eat. The flavor profile of aeroponic vegetables rivals or even exceeds soil-grown produce because you control exactly what nutrients your plants receive. Tomatoes develop deep, complex flavors when you dial in the perfect nutrient balance, and leafy greens have that crisp, fresh taste that, honestly, makes store-bought salads taste like cardboard in comparison. Water conservation with aeroponics is remarkable. A traditional garden might use hundreds of gallons of water per week, much of it lost to evaporation or deep percolation beyond root zones. An aeroponic system recirculates the same nutrient solution, using perhaps 5 to 10% of the water required for soil gardening. In regions facing water restrictions, or for gardeners concerned about resource conservation, this efficiency alone justifies the switch to aeroponics. The implications of aeroponic technology extend far beyond backyard gardening. Commercial growers are increasingly adopting aeroponic systems for producing leafy greens, herbs, and even fruiting crops in controlled environment facilities. These operations can produce food year-round regardless of climate, stacking growing chambers vertically to maximize production per square foot. Urban agriculture projects use aeroponics to bring fresh produce to food deserts, growing nutritious vegetables in repurposed warehouses and shipping containers. The technology even shows promise for space exploration, with NASA researching aeroponic systems for growing food on future Mars missions. This revolution in food production addresses critical challenges facing global agriculture. As climate change disrupts traditional growing seasons and water becomes increasingly scarce, methods that use resources efficiently while maintaining high productivity become essential. Aeroponics offers a path forward that doesn't require vast tracts of arable land or enormous water inputs, making it adaptable to diverse environments and situations where conventional agriculture struggles. Your journey into aeroponic gardening starts with that first system, that first harvest of impossibly vibrant lettuce, or those cherry tomatoes that taste like concentrated sunshine. The learning curve is real, but the rewards far outweigh the initial challenges. You'll develop a deeper understanding of plant nutrition and growth while producing harvests that make your neighbors wonder what secret fertilizer you're using. The answer, of course, is that you're not using soil at all. You're growing with air, and the results speak for themselves. If this guide has sparked your curiosity about aeroponic gardening, I encourage you to take the leap and build your first system. Start small, learn from your mistakes, and watch as this revolutionary growing method transforms your relationship with gardening. Don't forget to subscribe to The Living Soil Lab for more innovative growing techniques, and share this guide with fellow gardeners ready to embrace the future of food production. Together, we're cultivating not just vegetables, but a more sustainable approach to feeding ourselves and our communities.